Welcome to Turtle WoW News, recorded live in studio. I'm your anchor org Vrograg Bishlayer, here to bring you all the news for the last half of October and the first parts of November 2024 on Turtle WoW. Apologies for not having more regular news content lately. I've had vacation overseas and a tabletop gaming convention to attend. I've been trying to get back on track, but a lot of my spare time has been used helping the Turtle team with their video production needs. Perhaps you've seen the class change highlight videos, which I suggest you check out if you haven't already. I proudly made 8 out of 9 of them, and just this week, I made a tutorial guide for a launcher the team should be releasing soon. Stay tuned for more on that later. Today's program will just be covering top news, and will be a little rough around the edges, but I didn't want to wait any longer to have a news broadcast, so we do it live. Now to news, and honestly, official Turtle WoW news announcements has been slow, unless you're counting bug fixes. Much of what the team has been focusing on has been bug fixes, and then more bug fixes. Actually, it's been a lot of that. Hundreds, in fact. The community has experienced 3 changelogs, one on November 6th, one on the 9th, and one on the 13th. This should come as no surprise given how much was added in the patch and how limited quality assurance folk are on the team. As a community advocate, I have been trying to encourage the team to openly embrace a public test realm so that live play on the official server isn't too disrupted by bugs when a patch is released. However, that is weighed against security issues, which is well founded, and the team's desire for players to explore and discover things rather than having everything data mined. A good example of this is how the Turtle WoW database currently reads, and I quote, "To preserve the spirit of adventure and exploration, we will be keeping our online knowledge database with only the 1.17.1 info for some time after patch 1.17.2 is released, not to spoil anything new. Prepare your maps, sharpen your swords, and get ready to uncover the mysteries of Azeroth once again." However, not having a public test realm can lead players to feel like, following the patch, the live servers become the public test realm. Either way, the team is very much aware of their bounty of bugs, and sources have stated that they are looking into options to improve the quality of gameplay when new content is released. For the time being, as the Turtle team grows accustomed to releasing such ambitious content, all community members can do is report bugs to help them organize their efforts to create bug fixes. As always, check for duplicate reports. It would seem that certain duplicate reports from the same bug was enough to force the team to have a frequent issues portion of their tracker. Also make sure that what you are reporting isn't actually a thinly veiled balancing suggestion wrapped in a bug report. All that does is waste the team's time, and there are better outlets for that messaging anyway. In other top news, 2 things to look out for in the near future. With some of the bugs that have been occurring needing a patch to fix, the community should be expecting what has been referred to as a mini patch. However, one thing of note is that something special should be releasing with that patch: the launcher. I did get my hands on a beta version of the launcher, and it looks promising so far. I will be releasing a tutorial video on how to use the launcher to coincide with when the team releases the bug fix patch. So the community has that to look forward to at least. And finally, one small thing I picked up on as part of my playing around with the launcher. While checking the language settings options, I found the usual culprits. English, with an American flag, which as an American I loved. Presumably that is for the EU servers. Chinese is an option for the SEA servers, of course. Russian is likely an option because some of the devs, that is their native language, and there is a Russian player base in the EU community. And then there is Portuguese. That really caught me off guard. Why would they have that as an option? Surely there are players from South America that play, but few if any are on the dev team. Unless of course they have plans to perhaps make a new South American server. Also note that they use the Brazilian flag. So although this remains speculative for now, I would say if you're a player from South America, I would bet that they have some news for you soon, so stay tuned. Some interesting community notes to wrap up. Make sure to regularly check the event channel on the Turtle WoW Discord to see if there are any events for you, like RP events that happened recently with Wolf Skull Clan, Anvil Breakers, and the Lion's Pride Legion. Don't forget, the end of the month is also the monthly Turtle Fair, which will be held this time outside of Dalaran, so mark your calendars. Events like these are normally welcoming to newcomers, so if you haven't tried out RP, now is a great time. Also remember that special events can be posted here too, like when Dragon Slayer on the Tel'abim server posted to get some Savage Alterac Valley going earlier this month. For those curious about where the Speedrun archives are nowadays, remember that the illustrious Vita, who manages the archive, has officially locked the old 1.17.1 archives, but is now accepting new best times for raids happening on the new client, which has a new leaderboard that is slowly filling out, and this time there is a top 25 shown too. That does it for this week's news. I hope to come back next broadcast with some of our other segments, but Market Watch has been on the fritz since the WoW auctions bot had some holes in its data. The changelog roundup has looked more like a stampede than something I could remotely try and round up. All the same, thank you for watching this special broadcast. Whatever game you're playing, have fun, be good to one another, and as always, remember, the deadliest weapon is knowledge.